Hello you Mangos and welcome back to Jamango Academy. After completing this video, your game will greet every player who joins it. No worries if you don't have much programming experience because this series is all about learning how to make fun games using Jamango. So let's get started with understanding scripts. In Jamango, scripts are files that control how the game behaves. You can use them to do essentially anything, from spawning objects to detecting collisions, which we'll look at later in this tutorial series. Code in Jamango is written using TypeScript, which is like JavaScript, which you might have heard of before, but TypeScript has a few extra features. Although the community really likes the name MangoLango for Jamango, which is honestly so much better, and MangoLango has some really cool features that are specific to Jamango games. To open up the scripts menu, we can press J on our keyboard, and by default there'll be two scripts here. Server.ts, which runs on the game's server and controls the world logic, and client.ts, which runs on each player's device to control things like UI. For this video, we'll be sticking with server.ts, and at the top here is a line that reads import asterisk as J from Jamango. What this does is load in all of those MangoLango specific features, all of the things that are specific for Jamango to function, so we'll leave that line there as is. But what we want to do is send a message in chat when any player joins our obby game, and there's some default code here that almost does what we want, so let's break it apart piece by piece. First up, we have j.onGameStart. This detects when our Jamango game loads up for the first time, and we can tell that it's a specific Jamango function because right before onGameStart is a capital J followed by a full stop. Whenever we see this, we know that this was made specially for games in Jamango, so when our game starts, this will be detected by this line of code here, and it will run everything inside of the curly brackets one time. This is where we see another Jamango specific function. This time we're using J.sendChatMessage, and if you played any Jamango games before, you might have talked with other players through chat, and so this line of code sends a message to that same chat area. To tell our script what message to send is controlled by this text within the normal brackets and quotation marks. By default it says hello Jamango, which is very fitting, and our line of code ends with a semicolon. This semicolon just tells our computer that all of these instructions have ended and we can move on to the next part of our code. So a quick recap for this block of code here. J.onGameStart will run whenever a Jamango world loads up. And then it'll run J.sendChatMessage, which sends a welcome message through the chat function. We can see this happening by hopping out of the script menu and pressing tab. And there we go, we have our hello Jamango message. Now let's go back to our script and change what this message says, because hello Jamango sounds a bit bland. Instead, I'll replace the text inside these quotation marks with welcome to my obby. Good luck. And then I'll put a little smiley face at the end to be funny. Now we can save our script, and now when we run our game, we get this new message coming through chat. Very cool. But like I mentioned before, this is almost what we're looking for, but there's one big issue, is that we're using J.onGameStart. This works great when there's only one player in the game, but if we had multiple people joining at different times, the code won't run for every player. This is because J.onGameStart only runs when the game starts for the first time. If only we had another Jamango function to check when a new player joins our world. Wouldn't that be so helpful? Sarcasm aside, this is an easy fix. What we'll do is remove the onGameStart and simply replace it with onPlayerJoin. Now this runs whenever a new Jamango player joins a world, sending a welcome message every time. So in this case, we might want to replace our message with something that makes a bit more sense, since everyone in the world is going to see this message in their chats. I'm going to change mine to a new player dares to attempt the obby. And of course, another smiley face to maintain my whimsy. Go wild with this and tailor this text to the vibe of your game. And there we go. I know that was a lot of new information, so if you got through it, massive congrats. If you want to share your progress, head over to our Discord server and drop a screenshot in the Creator Logs channel. We've already learned how to use J.onGameStart, J.onPlayerJoin, and J.sendChatMessage. In the next video, we'll be expanding on some of these coding principles and combining them with traits to make a spinning platform for our obby course. As always, leave any questions in the comments below, and check out our Discord server to chat with game devs just like yourself making awesome games every day.